Well, as I said, this is the 12th qualifier that we have. We've had 11 so far. Some very high scores on the leaderboard, but we believe there's still room for people to give great presentations, great business ideas, and get into the top 24, which is what these schools today are fighting for. First of all, a huge round of thank you to the IIM Calcutta Innovation Park for being our knowledge partners. Without their leadership, their help, and the kind of efforts that they have put along with us in making Ignite happen is phenomenal. We must thank them first. We also must thank our gold sponsors, BSNL, our associate sponsors, Webel Fujisoft Vara Center of Excellence, and Logdhun, and our prize sponsor, the SKC LNCT Group of Colleges from Madhya Pradesh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this is the 12th qualifier. Before we move on with the show, let us quickly get to know our participants. I would now invite the participants to please switch on their cameras and unmute themselves so that they can introduce themselves to the audience. The Believers Church Residential School, would your team like to go first?
So, I am Agneselsa Juvi from class 12 and I'm studying in Believers Church Residential School, Kerala.
Wonderful. Ms. Juvi, would you also mind letting me know if you have a team member who's in the audience and who needs to join?
Yes, sir.
The Believers Church Residential School team member in the audience, if you can please raise your hand. I would now move you to a panelist. Diya Prakash, that's the teammate, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I've promoted Diya to a panelist. She'll be joining soon. In the meantime, the other members of the Believers Church Residential School team, if you could please introduce yourselves.
My name is Rachel Susan Chaco. I'm studying in Believers Church Residential School. I'm in 12th, Commerce Stream.
I'm Vidya Prakash from Believers Church Residential School, and I'm also from Commerce Stream.
I'm Sania Grace from Believers Church Residential School. I'm a 12th standard student in Commerce batch.
My name is Joel Jacob. I'm from Believers Church Residential School, Kerala, Commerce batch.
Wonderful. Welcome to the team from Believers Church Residential School, Kerala. From Believers Church Residential School, let's get across to Edify Amravati. The team from Edify Amravati, if you could please introduce yourselves.
Yes, sir. Are we audible and visible?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Deep Sirsat. I'm currently studying in grade 10th at Edify School, Amravati. And I play the guitar and I also play badminton and basketball. And I also like participating in such events. So thank you very much.
Hello guys, my name is Shara Singh. I am from Edify School Amravati and I am currently studying in grade 9.
Good afternoon everyone, I am Vidya Agrawal. I am studying in Edify School Amravati of grade 10th. Thank you.
Is that the entire team from Edify School?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. If you can move across to Maharana Mewar Public School from Udaipur, the team from Maharana Mewar Public School, if you could please introduce yourselves.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Nehal Kuthari of class 10th from Maharana Mewar Public School.
Greetings to everyone. I am Kriti Vyas, studying in class 10th from Maharana Mewar Public School.
Hello everyone, my name is Shriyanshi Rathod from class 8 from Maharana Mewar Public School.
Good evening everyone, my name is Avi Mehta, class 10th, Maharana Mewar Public School.
Great. Is that the entire team from Maharana Mewar Public School? Everybody is here?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Now let's get across to Shri Sathya Vidya Vihar from Indore. Would the team please introduce yourselves?
Sairam and good afternoon to everyone. I am Riya. I'm an 11th grader and I'm studying PCM. I love reading and I aspire to be a business consultant.
Sairam everybody, I'm Kashvi and I'm a student from grade 11. I've also taken the science stream. I'm fascinated by words and there is something about their decisive and resolute nature that makes me so.
Sairam, good afternoon everyone. I'm Dakshyas and I'm from 11th grade, science stream. I like graphical designing and I have lots of interest in it.
Sairam everyone, my name is Mewar Shekhawat. I'm an 11th grader, commerce stream, and I'm an avid reader.
Sairam everyone, this is Sanli Goel from Shri Sathya Vidya Vihar. I'm in 11th grade and I am really passionate about badminton.
Is that the entire team from Shri Sathya Vidya Vihar?
Yes, sir.
You guys also need to tell me what is your shorthand for your school?
SSSSVV.
All right, we will try and use that because otherwise it gets a bit of a tongue twister. The team from Welham Boys School, I think, is just joining in. Guys, if you could please introduce yourselves one by one. I can see that Parth and Arnab has joined. Welham Boys School, Parth and Arnab, if you could please introduce yourselves.
Thank you, sir. My name is Arnav, and I am an integral part of the presentation that we are going to perform today. We have worked a lot for this presentation. I personally am very interested in debating and public speaking as such, and we are really looking forward to this wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Wonderful, Arnav. Could you also please switch on your camera so that we can see you and also do a quick check?
Of course. So, can you give me 5 minutes?
Sure. Parth, would you like to use those 5 minutes to introduce yourself?
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible. We still can't see you though.
1 second. Like, am I visible also if I have opened my camera?
Yes, and now we can see you as well. If you could please introduce yourself.
Yeah. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Parth Tiwari, and as you know that I'm studying Welham Boys School. I'm in 11th grader, commerce. And talking about my hobbies, same as Arnav, like I love debating, everyone speaking, debating, public speaking. I do a lot of MUNs, and then I'm a integral part of several publication boards in my school and outside my school. And I also love to take initiative in terms of social work. And finally, I am an investor too. And for this product, I'm really excited, and I am also an integral part of the presentation which is going to happen, which our school members are going to present. And I hope that you will obviously love and like that, and you will seriously acknowledge and consider all the inputs which everyone is going to put in or come through with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Parth. Arnav, would you be willing to check your camera now? Not a worry. We can always do those checks before your school comes up to present. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are the fantastic young entrepreneurs that you will be meeting here today. As you know, these are the 5 schools which are competing in this 12th qualifier: Believers Church Residential School from Kerala, Edify School Amravati, Maharana Mewar Public School from Udaipur, Shri Sathya Vidya Vihar from Indore, and Welham Boys School from Dehradun. That's the lineup we have. We must also thank the 2 wonderful judges who are here today to give the students their inputs, their thoughts about the projects that they will see. We are fortunate to have with us today Mr. Devashish Gupta, who is a mechanical engineer from IIT Kharagpur of the 1971 batch, and who finished his management from IIM Calcutta back in 1973. He holds years of investment banking experience with Grindlays Bank and over 30 years of consulting experience, including World Bank, United Nations, and other organizations. He also has education setup experience with computer education and management education, and has participated in various software development projects both in India and abroad. Mr. Gupta, thank you so much for being here. It's a privilege to have you. We also have with us Mr. Pranjal Konwar, who is the Chief Operating Officer of the IIM Calcutta Innovation Park. Pranjal brings in about 21 years of national and international corporate experience in human resources, general management, operations, and other diverse domains like engineering, FMCG, retail, and telecom. He has run his own startups as well. As the Chief Operating Officer at IIMCIP, he's at the helm of affairs, encouraging the startup ecosystem and entrepreneurship across the eastern part of the country. Mr. Kunwar, thank you so much for being here and being a part of this event today. Privileged to have you here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we start, a bit about Notebook. We at Notebook are an EdTech product. We try and make students and teachers' lives easier by providing content whenever and wherever they need. Well, this is one of the problems that we aim to solve. So the next time you have to run across fields to reach your tuition classes on time, remember, Notebook is an option which will give you your studies wherever and whenever you want. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start. Welcome once again to the 12th qualifier. The first team up is Believers Church Residential School. If the school team could please switch on your cameras, and I would request all other schools to please switch off their cameras at this moment, would help us focus on the team better. The team from Believers Church Residential School, please let me know who would be presenting your screen.
So I, Vidya Prakash, is presenting the screen.
All right. Dia, could you please try and share your screen once?
Yeah, you have to be a little louder. We can't hear you clearly.
Okay, sir. Now can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, better. I think the microphone is away from you. So just try to be near the microphone.
Okay.
Dia, are you sharing your screen? Because we can't see it yet. Believers Church Residential School team, is everything in order? Because we can't hear any of you.
Please share the screen.
Yeah. Can you share the screen once?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So, Dia, you let me know when you are ready to go so that I can start the timer. Is the team ready to start?
Yes.
Great. So Believers Church Residential School, all the best. Your time for 7 minutes starts now.
Respected dignitaries and all gathered here. Today, we, the students of BCRS, are here to present on the topic known by all, safety regarding women. Eleanor Everett once said, "For safety is not a gadget, but a state of mind." We all can agree to the first thing which comes to our mind when we hear the word safety. Around 1/3 of the Indians believe that, even though around 1/3 of the Indians think that safety of women should be the primary focus of 2020. Even amongst all odds regarding the pandemic crisis affecting all the economic aspects, people still think safety for women is the main priority. The contents for today are application run, SWOT analysis, financial analysis, and marketing analysis.
So basically, our app Safe2Go is used for the safe and secure travel of people. Secondly, it allows us with different travel packages and also shows us different prices for each travel facilities. By this app, we mainly focus on women empowerment by helping them to earn a livelihood. Now let us look at the features of this app. First, drivers. You can select the drivers according to the preferences and favors of the customers. Second, monitoring. Trackers are kept on each and every vehicle. Third, recruitment. There is a separate form to fill if you want to be a part of the organization. All you need is the driver's license and some identification papers. Fourth, personality check. The background of each and every employees are thoroughly checked and then recruited. Fifth, parental notification. For customers below the age of 18, their parents will be notified on the whereabouts of their destination. And the last feature, feedback. There is a separate section in the app given for the customers to give their reviews and feedback on their journey with Safe to Go.
By analyzing our app through SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat, we came to know that we are able to quickly respond to our customers. We provide a high degree of safety to our customers when compared to other similar apps. Our employees are well trained to tackle with the situations that they have to face in the jobs assigned to each of them. Weakness. Even though our app provides better services than other apps, our app has little market presence or reputation. Now we provide services only to Kerala and are not in a stand to provide all over India. Opportunities. Our app has many future opportunities for success, and our local government also encourages us by giving loans at the time of wants. And also, an app with the combination of all these features are not there yet. So we got an opportunity to combine all these features. The threats we may face are the development of an app with features similar to ours all over India. And when we start to focus all over India, our competition level may increase and we may suffer huge losses.
Revenue model. The strategy of managing a company revenue stream and the resources required for each revenue stream. Partners. The partners of Safe to Go would be those who provide travel and tourism related services to the public on the behalf of the suppliers such as hotel, resort, travel insurance, package tour. Activities. The activities in a Safe to Go app is to produce, market and sell the product to the customer. It's very important because it helps us to generate the revenue. Value proposition. The value proposition of Safe to Go app is to define what makes a product or service unique and valuable to our target market. We provide values to the customers like custom travel packages, seasonal offerings, personal agent service, standard average pricing. Customer segment. The customer is very important because it will help us to know our primary customers whom we mainly provide our services like want personal assistance or service oriented. Resources. The key resources is human resources because they will help us to market and propose our business to potential customers, which would require a skilled employees, skilled franchise owners, brand and reputed name. Channels. The channels would include the direct contact with the sales personnel of travel agency and online site for the company to register the services of the travel agency like online web sales and franchise agency. Revenue. The commission is the main revenue source of various franchise. Commission from various factors like hotels and various tie-ups.
Marketing analysis. Marketing is an action of promoting and selling products or services. And here we are providing the service, which is Safe to Go. Here we are looking 6 core elements which have used as the marketing strategy. To begin with, the first element is marketing research. Marketing research helps us to take the decision, uncertain decisions to be made. By marketing research, I have conducted a survey based on my business plan, Safe to Go. On an average, women feel comparatively less safe than men, which is shown on the graph. On the second place to begin with is social media. We are using the social media to attract all the individuals, including the women, to show the motive of our app. And we are mainly targeting all the elderly and the women in our country. We are sharing all the promotions, app promotions in the apps like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Third element is going to be the microsite. Well, microsite is a brand-specific website where the company Safe to Go can promote all the services and events. Fourth element is ASO, which is known as App Store Optimization. Here we are using App Store Optimization to optimize all the mobile apps like rank high in 5 apps, like Play Stores and App Stores. Here, we will drive the traffic into these pages so that the users can select download your app. TV ads. On an average, more than 15% of people trust TV ads, as TV ads still remain as the people's validity of legitimation. Next, on the last is user personas. User personas is a semi-fiction representation of your target. By this, we can reach out the customers and their goals, and this is a behavior pattern of the target audience. We would like to conclude by saying our aim, our motive is to cultivate the society that we have no more needs for such apps. That's all of the end of our presentation. Thank you all for your valuable time. Yes.
Team from Believers Church Residential School, very well done. Congratulations. Let's see what the judges think. Judges will now have 6 minutes to ask you any questions they want on your presentation.
Can I stop my screen sharing?
Yes, please.
What stage are you? I mean, this is just an idea, or you guys have gone beyond the idea and created something?
So it's just an idea of an app, which you don't need to use an app. You can start a business with this for the future.
Okay.
Okay. I wasn't very clear. I mean, is it a transporters aggregation panel like Uber and Ola, or what exactly is your deliverable?
Yes, sir. It's a travel agency.
So basically, you will get taxi drivers to come and register with you on your platform, and you will do the vetting of the drivers so that they are cleared from the safety point of view. And because of this, you feel that customers will come to you.
Yes, sir. We have an
How is it different from what Uber and Ola are doing now?
So here we can select, like, there are women drivers and male drivers. Like, they have been selected from the psychological and police configuration. After that, only we select the drivers. So the customers can select which is like male or female. They want a male driver or a female driver. Like, women's always prefer a female driver. So we can provide for them.
So you're going to encourage female drivers to sign on to your platform?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Revenue. Your revenue streams were not very clear. Okay, could you, whoever had done that revenue part of it, can you just repeat that?
So the revenue we get through commission, through all the tie-ups we have, like the partners like hotel, the resort and all. So we'll get the revenue from there. And also from franchise agent, half of the percentage, like that.
Okay. And what stage is your app development in now?
So can you repeat the question?
Your app, you're developing an app, right? So I was asking, what stage is it in now? Has it been developed already, or it's just a concept?
Sir, it's just an idea.
Just an idea. Okay, right. Okay, I'm through.
So, Rachel, you spoke about the revenue model a little bit. Explain how you would make money. Now, how would that happen in reality? Would it, after every trip, how would you collect the money? If this was to happen, if you were to, in real life, if you were to do this, how would you actually make money? How would you collect the commission that you said that you would get? Can't hear you, Rachel. I think your microphone is switched off.
So the basic thing is like, we need to give more importance to the women for taking part in this. Like many of the women are sitting, like they are not able to work. So we're giving this opportunity for them, especially at night. Even if they get the revenue, or even if they get the revenue or like profit, will be like
Not a problem, Rachel. It's, I mean, what I liked is that, you at least thought about the revenue model. So, it's fairly early on, and, here itself, you have thought about that. That's fairly, I really like that aspect, your whole thing about putting something about revenue, which is from the perspective of this presentation is an important aspect. Now, I just want to know, where does this entire thing go from here? After this contest, it kind of lies inside your laptops, or something happens beyond post this event as well. What I basically meant was that, are you guys going to actually create the app and try it out, or you just did this for this event, to participate in this event?
So we plan for not making an app. It's like a business in future. So it's just a concept. It's just an idea, a model for this, for an idea.
Yeah. So where does I mean, what happens to this idea after this?
So if we pursue anything like in a higher education, we will select this as the concept, like for our business.
Sorry, dear, you're not very clear. I couldn't hear you.
Sir, if this idea works out, like if we further study it more, only we will know the positive results. So if we think that it's going to work and everybody thinks that it's going to work, then we will move on it in the future.
Okay, great. Devashita, you have any further questions?
No, I'm through. Shivayu, up to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much to both the judges. Thank you for those questions. And guys, remember, when the judges are questioning you, most important part is you take those inputs, channel that back to your idea, because that is how the idea improves, right? The very question that where are you going with this idea means that people of their caliber see potential in this. So do consider that thought. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the school from Believers Church Residential School in Kerala. We will now move on to the next team. I'll keep the audience polls right at the end, because today we have 5 teams. We would like to quickly go through them one by one. I hope the judges have access to the scoring sheet.
Yes.
Thank you. So the next school up is Edify School, Amravati.
So, Subayun, you want us to, like last time around, do you want us to do the scoring right away, or how is it? Because we have larger number of schools this time around.
Yes, sir. I'll leave that to you. If you would want to watch all of them and do the scoring, or if you can do it right away.
Devashita, do we take about a minute's break, and while Subayun finds a way to engage with the students, do we fill up the form?
Yeah, fair enough.
So Subayun, right, then let's do one thing. You find out a way to engage with the students while we take about a minute and a half and complete the process as we go.
No problem, sir.
I think, Pranjal, what we should do is that after all the presentations are over, then Notebook will be doing a couple of sessions on the road where Ochin and others will be speaking. So during that time, maybe we can
don't worry, sir. We'll figure out a span of 5 minutes that you can definitely take to.
Okay, absolutely. Okay, fine.
Great. All right. So the next school up is Edify School, Amravati. The Believers Church Residential Girls. If you could please switch off your cameras. Great. We have the Edify School team on screen.
Yes.
And who would be sharing your screen?
Sir, me, Deep.
All right. Deep, go right ahead.
Yes, just check it once if it's clearly visible.
Yes, Deep, we can see your screen. Let me know when you are ready to start.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you.
All right. So Edify School, all the best for your presentation. Your time for 7 minutes starts now.
Mahatma Gandhi quoted, Be the change you want to see in this world. Well, a very pleasant afternoon to respected jury members, worthy opponents, fellow audience, and my dear friends. I am Master Deep Sirsat with Ms. Vidya and Master Shri, proud students of Edify School Amravati, stand before you to present our business model. Well, before I tell you anything who we are and what we do, I would like you all to close your eyes and imagine as I say. Akash is a 10-year-old school-going boy who lives on the outskirts of Delhi. Every time he gets out of his home, he has to battle through smoke and lots of pollution that affects his lungs. Well, he does not know that he has lost half his battle to pollution, as in the next few days, he'll also be diagnosed with asthma. Well, numbers say there are 40 lakhs such Akashas in India currently, and the more are still coming. Well, the problem is that nobody is currently providing affordable, accessible, yet pretty simple air purification services for the masses. Well, the wait is over, my friends. Presenting the CATI-CAP. CATI-CAP stands for Catalytic Emission Capture. Well, CATI-CAP is a pretty simple, yet very effective air purification device which runs on the simple technology of catalytic converters. For those who do not know what catalytic converters are, it is just a device which is fit on the exhaust of our automobiles, whose work is to check the emissions that come out of it. It turns higher emissions from higher toxicity to lower toxicity. Well, the problem is this technology is quite expensive. This is because of the rare metals that are used in this technology. Platinum, palladium, gold, silver, nickel, silicon, all these are super rare and yet super expensive. But the fact is, all the same metals are being wasted considerably in some other place. Well, you must have guessed it from the background. I'm talking about PCBs. PCBs, that's printed circuit boards or primary circuit boards. You can find it in almost every electronic device that you can think about. The fact is that the very same metals are present on them as well. Well, we at Greenland would like to harness the potential power of these PCBs and turn them into effective air purifying devices, which can cost from around 500 to 800 and above only. So here, as you can see, are some images, some representational images that model that we have prepared. As I said, the model will be completely made out of waste PCBs and which will run on the technology of catalytic converters. So then who will be our customer? Well, our customer can be of three types. It can be either municipal corporations, it can be private business owners, and it can also be individual people. Well, municipal corporation, first of all, we would like to, propose our model to them and we will ask them to buy a product in bulk. And then we'll ask them to install it at public places so that more and more people come in contact with this. Private business owners who would like to purify their surroundings, their industrial areas, can also buy a product in bulk. Individual people who would like to safeguard their family from pollution will also like to take our device into consideration. So what is our plan then? Our plan is pretty simple. We would ask municipal corporations of unurbanized yet pollution-prone areas in India. Places like Ghaziabad, Allahabad, places in Uttar Pradesh, Gaya, all these are not yet completely metropolitan, but still are immense contributors to pollution. These places are gold mines. We will target these places and we will convince people to buy our product, especially municipal corporation, and then also ask individual people to buy our product. We will use extensive advertisement, Google AdSense, YouTube ads, and moreover, TV ads as well to promote our model. So then who are our competitors? Well, in the price range that we give, there is not much of a competition in our place, but there are some notable startups like NanoClean, Shelluse, and SmartAir, which also work in the same line of area. Well, what separates our product from these are three things. Number one, flexibility. Our product is pretty flexible in terms of shape and size, and the technology remains unchanged. Second, ease of access. First of all, our technology use is so simple that anybody can understand and use this device. Third, we are saving up on money and also offering affordable yet effective air purification services for the mass people. So then let's talk money, shall we then? Our revenue model is so pretty simple currently. We would like to invest around 50 lakh as initial investment. And then, as I said, we'll target specific places and ask municipal corporations and private business owners to buy a product in bulk. Whenever we'll get our orders, our first orders, that will be the first thing that we'll earn. Out of that earning, a little bit, around 10 to 20% will go into the advertising and promoting our model and as well as upgrading our model and diversifying a range of products for the next coming financial year. This cycle will continue on, and a little gradually, year by year, we'll have profits increasing a little by bit. So then, who is our team? Currently, we at Greenlam are just groups of students who would like to present our solutions, our innovative solutions to climate change and pollution. But when we grow, we would like to have a fully fledged marketing team, a tech team, and also the founders core and social group. Well, the first three are pretty obvious, but what is the social group? Social group is a group of volunteers that are mostly students, school students of college or university students who would like to volunteer for free campaigns and sampling, and as well as they'll also be the idea hub for our upcoming products. And I would like to state here that this Catty Cap is our first product under the Green Lung organization, and more such products, environment-friendly products, are yet to come. So be sure to check them out as well. So what is our impact? The impact that we are creating on the people is huge and immense. We are employing people in this tough times of Corona, where almost millions of people have lost their jobs. We are also simultaneously helping government-owned and private businesses to maximize their profits by reducing the amount they spend on controlling air pollution. We are also simultaneously reducing immense amount of air pollution from the major part of the country. And last but totally not the least, we are also helping individuals contribute by their bit to reduce pollution from their grassroots level. Well, that's it from Edify School Amravati and the Green Lung Group. But before I end and conclude, I would like to ask you, everybody listening to me, what kind of a future and earth would you like to leave for your children and grandchildren? Will it be one filled with complete dark despair and smoke? Or will it be one which will give fresh air and a sigh of relief? With that said, thank you very much. Over to you, judges, and now we are open to questions.
Well done, Edify School. Wonderful presentation. We'll now request the judges, please ask any questions.
Sir, can I stop my presentation?
Sure.
Hi. So first of all, how is this apparatus? How will this apparatus be used? There were some representative images that we saw,
yes,
but how does it get connected to a vehicle's exhaust system, or it's a room purification system, or it is something that a person wears instead of a mask or something? How do people use this apparatus?
Yeah, let me answer this question to you, sir. Well, the beauty of a product is maximum number of things which you stated, we can modify a model for that. Well, the fact is that, as I said, it's pretty simple. The technology remains the same, but in terms of flexibility, our product can vary as much as we want. So we can use it as air purifiers for schools, colleges, or even university levels at mass and big models. On the same time, we can also install the devices on cycles which are small, compact, but still effective. We can also connect them to exhaust fans, so that when we can connect these devices to ventilators as well. The one which you saw in the model was made out of a waste CPU, a thrown away CPU, and we have turned it into an air purification device which can almost purify an entire classroom. So that's what I'm trying to say. The beauty of a product is it can be everything and anything in terms of shape and size.
So my next question is this just an idea at this point, or you have developed a prototype, or how is it?
Sir, currently it's just an idea, but we have tried making the model.
Okay.
So where, sir, can I share the screen? I actually have a model, a short video about the model.
Go for it.
Thank you. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So here, as you can see, are reactions that you must have studied in chemistry class. So here, waste PCBs, through which are the main components of the product. This is foam sheet. Actually, we are representing glass wool through foam and this cotton. We would like to install glass wool there to capture particulate matter and install a lot more PCBs in that, so that we can take pollution particles like CO2 and SOx and NOx as well. So, hello.
Okay.
So it's a prototype, and it's just a representational model. So it for the ease of understanding for everyone.
And you're going to just put the PCBs as is, or you're going to you are going to extract the elements out of the PCB and then use the elements.
So sir, actually extracting the elements and utilizing them separately will increase our cost, production cost. So actually the fact is that these devices work pretty well even if you just put it as it is. That is, there is a patent from Mr. Anand Marathi. He is a professor at HVPM, and he has tried it out on diesel converters. So it has worked pretty well, and here we are liking to expand this to a wide range of products by installing them at public places, as I said, and also at individual homes and cycles as well. So it works pretty well even if without you do any extraction.
What I'm asking is that everything there would be some kind of a ratio, right? So so the kind of quality of air that is present in the wherever you put this apparatus in, to purify to X amount of level of purification, depending on the variables, would require X amount of copper or the elements that you're using, right?
Yeah.
So how do you determine that? And if you're using directly, you're just putting the PCB. How are you going to figure out that how much of copper and how much of silver or gold that PCB would have?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the question. So we are currently, as we could not conduct the researches due to the COVID restraints, we plan. Hello. Ma'am.
Could the others please put themselves on mute while the team is presenting? Thank you so much. Yes, Deep, please carry on.
Yeah. So, sir, as you said, due to the COVID restraints, we were not able to conduct researches. But as we'll get some opportunities, we'll drive through directly to research centers and we'll figure out which metals have the capacity to attract what kind of particles. So
I'm okay with that. My question was different. My question was that just by putting, waste PCBs, how would you determine, what amount of copper or silver or gold is present in that particular PCB, and is it adequate enough to do the filtration that is required?
Sir, may I answer?
Yeah, please. Sure.
So usually the PCBs which we are finding is having small pores, and the catalytic converters that we use have a mesh. So we would be using, in place of that mesh, we would be using that PCBs. And we are just behind a point, or you can say a few chemicals behind, as PCB is not convert. Our main model would be converting carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide, as it is having a lot of platinum, copper, and gold. I have not seen. So this could convert carbon monoxide to dioxide, and truly it could control some harmful gases like nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide into less harmful gases.
So, sir, according to the need, we can customize the product. So wherever, first of all, we'll research what kind of emissions happen at that place, and then we can give them a sure-shot certified and tested model on that. So that we'll first conduct tested, that is the product actually, effective enough for that place. So let's imagine we are in Mumbai. So in Mumbai, if we see that a lot of carbon monoxide, it's required. Means it's the pollution happens most of carbon monoxide, and we have to bring in the control of carbon monoxide. So the municipal corporation will first of all give us the data that this are the pollutants, major pollutants. As you might be knowing that metropolitan cities, of course, have the air quality index. They show that what is the air today. So according to that, we'll customize a product and put the PCBs which have this kind of metals on that.
If I really love your explanation, but my just one suggestion that I have here is that please keep in mind that what you are going to do has an element of chemistry involved, right?
Yes.
Now, in any chemical reaction to happen, the components that go in a particular proportion, right? You
Yes.
change the proportion and the reaction doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, sure.
So similarly, for your apparatus to work, every component, every element that goes in has to go in a particular amount, proportion, right? So if you are talking about just putting discarded PCBs there, it would be difficult for you to figure out what is the amount of elements that is going into that apparatus, and thereby it would be difficult for you to give any analytical any analysis or any data point to validate what you are trying to do, and thereby get any kind of certification going forward. So while what you have in mind is a great idea, but also think through as to how you are going to figure out, what would be the amount of the element going into the apparatus through the PCBs that you're going to use.
So, sir, we can after conducting
I know you will. I'm not expecting an answer right now because it's fairly early stage. But I just want you to keep that in mind if you intend to take this project forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right?
We actually do.
Yeah. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Otherwise, it will be like, a jugaad thing wherein, you have tried out a couple of stuff and something has worked in a particular environment, and you think that the model is working. Yeah, but then if you have to write a report out of to prove how it is working, it will be very difficult to prove that it is working.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you for the suggestion, sir.
Edify, my point of view is that, your whole project is too theoretical. You have not tried it out. There's no proof of concept. It's just based on theory. I wasn't clear exactly as to how your PCBs would really purify. Number one. Number two is, if you take a look at the air pollution at this point of time, you'll find there are various chemicals which are causing this pollution. So which specific chemicals you are targeting, and how important is it vis-a-vis the entire gamut of air pollution is something which you need to look at. How relevant is this project is what I'm questioning.
Sir, our prototype is, we have made a prototype, but our project is to mainly capture carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, and many more harmful gases. These three are the main ones. Other gases could also be converted. Still now we are not having the correct proportion, as sir said. So we would be looking forward to find, because every PC is having a different proportion. So we would be adding different ones to different models according to the air quality. And as you were saying, it is a theoretical thing, yeah, but HVPM has already proved it. We are having a reference. It is not completely correct, yeah, but we are having a theoretical thinking still.
Anyway, you keep these points in mind. I mean, if you're going forward for further development of your concept, keep all these points in mind, and I wish you all the best, because if you can do some development and make a practical product out of it, it will definitely contribute a lot towards reduction of air pollution.
Yes, sir.
Which is really a burning problem of today.
Yes, sir. Actually, we believe that what kind of gravity and importance is provided today to water purifiers, in the next 10 to 20 years, the same will have to be given to air purifiers, because the amount of industrialization and the pollution caused is just growing colossal. So I think when 92% of the earth is breathing polluted air, our product has immense amount of need.
No, I agree with you that, air pollution is a major problem, but whether your product will solve the problem or not is the question which I'm asking.
Yes, sir, surely it will solve.
Okay, so that we are yet to be convinced of. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, team from Edify School, Amravati, very, very well done. Wonderful concept. We will now quickly move on to our next school, the Maharana Mewar Public School from Udaipur. Would the team please switch on your cameras? I have Kriti, Avi, Nehal. Kriti, Avi, Nehal, and Shri. That's the team, right? Great. Who would be sharing your screen?
I would be.
Great. Could you just give it a test ride? We can see your screen fine.
Is it visible?
Yeah, perfectly visible. Let me know when you're ready to start.
Sir, we are ready.
All right. In that case, school team, all the best. We will start your 7 minutes on the clock now.
The sight of temple wastes floating in the rivers, miles away from human habitat, fueled my daily determination to save at least a river from being polluted and creating amusing products. Greetings to everyone. Today we are going to present our idea about the authentic bloom.
Many things are used at religious places for worshipping. Ever wondered what happens to those sacred flowers and coconuts once we are done with our offerings? Most of the temples and mosques throw their floral waste and funerals directly into the rivers after offering them to God. Every year, around 80 lakh tons of flower waste is being dumped in the rivers, that too without segregation. While rotten flowers affect the quality of the water, the pesticides used on them harms the marine life.
Creativity is making marvelous out of discarded. We thought of a solution that despite of dumping the waste into water bodies, it can be collected at a place and further processed to make natural products out of it.
We will create an application, the Authentic Bloom, which will provide our products directly to the customers, avoiding the intermediaries. A few of our items are as follows: medium density fiber boards, incense sticks, puppet clothes, coconut husk rugs and carpets, and many more eco-friendly products.
Our clients will be the people who are conscious about their environment. We are supposing to get more and more clients as our products are eco-friendly.
Good marketing makes the company look good. Business is that a documented market strategy are 538% more likely to report success than a business that does not have a documented strategy. So our main business strategies are marketing strategies are first retargeting strategy. This strategy will help us overcome the problem of online marketing using emails and ad campaigns. It will result in a series of reminders to users who have once visited our site and make it very difficult for the users to forget about it. We will use cold calling. It will be a method of contacting unaware users who have not shown interest in our products yet. We will also create an application which will contain all the information regarding our products and their description. We will launch our products on Amazon, Flipkart, and other online shopping apps. Search engine optimization will be our new strategy for us to attract internet traffic on our sites and apps. We will introduce our products into the market by making the people believe in our work, which we do to clean the religious places and rivers and make healthy and organic products out of it. We would display hoardings all along the city. Other marketing strategies would be trade fairs and bundle marketing.
We have a lot of competition too, but the uniqueness and product quality of our work will ensure that clients will buy the products from us and not from our competitors. While other organizations work on floral waste only, we on The Authentic Bloom utilize coconuts and chundries as well. Reusing and recycling is one of our attractive features. All our products are naturally processed, which provides safe drinking water.
While everyone has their own strengths, they have their weaknesses too. The strengths of our company are that we stand out as a unique company, trying to make a zero-waste society. The weaknesses of our company are lack of owner's capital. All our funds will come from loans. Also, we have not established ourselves as a reputed provider yet. The opportunities for our company are immense. As the demand for the product increases, our company is here to provide the best offers to all our customers with all its natural products. The threats for our company are competition. There are few companies having the same business as ours. Also, they have loyal customers.
According to our conservative estimates, the Authentic Bloom is going to maintain a healthy financial position in the upcoming years. Our seed capital will be 9.92 lakhs, out of which 1.8 lakh will be the owner's fund, 7 lakhs as borrowed capital, and the rest as working capital. We estimate our payback period to be 10 to 11 months. Breaking down our expenses, we assume to spend approx 3.25 lakhs, which would include all the costs relating to app and web development, domain hosting, server or database, and app launching. We initially plan to hire around 40 women for our work, as well as we will be starting on small scale with a daily wage of rupees 300 per day, and we plan to increase our scale as it rises. We estimate our machinery, furniture, and fixtures to cost around 1.87 lakhs, with which our rent and other miscellaneous expenses would cost up to 85,000 per month, including the cost of transportation of raw materials. The last expenditure part is about marketing, which would cost up to rupees 35,000. In total, we take one-time costs to be approx 5.47 lakhs and the monthly expenses to be 4.45 lakhs. Talking about our prospective revenue resources, we plan to make money through the scale of our goods on our app. We expect our profit margin to be 20% of the total goods sold. We will also earn through the pay-per-click commission from the ads on our app.
Now comes the impact. Our model reduced fluoro waste of temple, mosque, church, wedding events, thereby making environment pollution free. Our products are eco-friendly. They do not harm the environment as most of the products are organic. It is also helpful in carbon footprint reduction. Since our products are organic and not made from chemicals, soaps, air fresheners, all these products do not harm the health of our customer. We are also employing more people to work with us, and this will decrease in employment in the area we are working. It does not have any occupational hazard, so we are assuring the safety of our employees too.
The team members are Nehal Kothari, Finance and Analytical Reasoner, Kriti Vyas, Application Developer, Avi Mehta, Marketing and Social Media Handler, Shriyanshi Rathod, Human Resource Developer. Thank you for lending your ears.
Team from Maharana Mewar Public School, Udaipur, very well done, especially with the Julius Caesar reference on the last slide. Don't think we missed that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the presentation from Udaipur. Let's see what the judges think. Sirs, over to you.
Thank you for your presentation. Innovative. Okay, even thinking of, retrieving these flowers and coconut shells and other items for reuse is a great idea. But tell me, you said you'd be having 40 people working for you. What would they be working on? Would they be designing and creating these new products which you're thinking in terms of selling?
We have so many products which we will be creating. So in order to create so many products, we require more labor.
Okay. Now, I see a major problem to be one of collection. Okay. If you have to have sufficient raw material available for all your workers to go and make these different products, how are you planning to collect from all over, along the riverbanks and wherever all this is being thrown around?
So actually, as we start, we are going to collect it from rivers, but
can you speak a bit louder, please? Louder.
Sir, as we start, we are going to collect it from river banks and all that. But as we grow, we are going to talk to the temples, and we will segregate all the waste material there only, and then transport from temples to our workplace only.
So these workers would be different from the 40 workers which you are talking about now, or? At
starting they would be same, but after, if we grow and we reach out our area of work, they will be different.
And have you thought about, what sort of processing of these flowers and coconut shells and everything else which you'll be doing? Because flowers tend to decay, right? And so how are you going to preserve the flowers? And that's going to be a major raw material.
For making incense sticks, we don't require fresh flowers. So it will be an advantage for us that we don't need fresh flowers.
Okay, incense sticks would be one of them, right?
Yes.
What other products are you thinking of with these flowers? Have you talked to any people, any organization, say, who make incense sticks or coir material in any of the products which you are planning to make?
Actually, the regional officer of Pollution Control Board, Chittor, they have shown interest in our work and they were saying to support us.
So we actually, my question, the question that I had is basically an extension of what Mr. Devashish Gupta just asked you. Basically, one piece that is missing is the product development, and product development entails couple of things. One is the processing part, which Devashish just spoke about. Well, how after sourcing is good. After sourcing, what do you do? There is processing, here there is storage, because you need to have surplus amount of raw material to keep your workers engaged in making the products that you want to make. And the third and very important aspect is who's going to design the product. Now, incense stick is okay, but if you are to talk about the other products that you have listed out, which was a whole big list, laundry list of items that you have put, from durries to a lot of stuff, right? So now it cannot be a shoddy product, right? Otherwise, why should people buy it? It has to be something contemporary, elegant, and nice, so that people get attracted and they buy, right? So you need someone to actually design these products using the raw material that you want to use, right? So who is going to do it is not part of your presentation. Is which is you have looked at the problem. You have looked at resolving the problem by making products out of these raw materials and selling it, but you have not got into how these products would get created. The creation of the products is something which is missing.
We will hire designers for the same.
Yeah, you need to, I think in your presentation somewhere you should have spoken about that as to how the products would get created, right? And product creation, as I told you, would entail, processing of the stuff that you, raw material that you collect from temples, storage, which is actually increasing the shelf life of the processed products, and then finally using that into creating products of which would be liked by people, where the designers would come in, and also from where you would get these designers from. Otherwise, it's a very good idea. There are others who are doing it. I would urge you to look at what they have been doing and how how successful they have been. Fool is one of the companies who make and sell these products. They make incense sticks and a lot of other stuff, right? They started from yeah.
So there are many other competitors too.
Yes, there are many others. Yeah.
But they are just focusing on floral waste only.
Yeah.
Well, if those are all the questions, the judges, can we?
That's fine.
Yes, we can move on.
Wonderful. Team from Maharana Mewar Public School, Udaipur, very well done. I, for one, am very impressed with the idea, and I think it would be a great use of all the ways that we create at our religious centers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, trying to bring on the next school. That would be Shri Sathya Vidya Vihar from Indore. The team from SSS VV, if you could please switch on your cameras. Who would be sharing the screen?
So I'll be the one presenting.
All right, if you could just try sharing your screen once. Right, suddenly we can see your screen. You let me know when you're ready to start.
We're ready, sir.
Great. So all the best, and your time for 7 minutes starts now.
To sum up our presentation, we got the funding. No, I'm just kidding. I just did that to grab the attention of the room.
Can you speak louder, please? I can't hear you.
Yes, sir. Narcissistic tendencies in me. Anyways, a very good afternoon to everybody present here. We are presenting the pitch on our team's behalf. What if I told you that the stepping stone to a revolutionary tomorrow is here, and that you had the opportunity to make that leap? At this moment, you are definitely wondering, what does she even mean by that? What I mean is a small revolution that begins in your own house. Yes, right from that plant. Our company's intention is to disassociate gardening from effort to make it low maintenance. The thoughtfulness invested in designing the initial model acknowledges and resolves your concerns. Our model strives to resolve not only one, but a wide spectrum of concerning affairs. The first of which is inconsistent yields caused due to the factor of uncertainty. The fluctuating supply catalyzes food shortages, causing about 697 million people to suffer. Another fragment of this spectrum is taken up by dependent biospheres that demand human time and intervention. The last problem tackled by our product is the high average carbon footprint. Attaining universal food security, securing consistent yields, equalization of carbon footprint, and afforestation are now feasible.
Wait, Kashvi, let me step in and tell them what the product actually is. It is a replacement to the traditional garden setup that you have at home. The robot, called the feeder bot, is a caretaker for plants on wheels. It has a hands with attachments to carry out the plant activities, a mind of its own to understand and perform tasks, and wheels to do the wheelie stuff. It is a smart product, not only because it's intelligent, but also because it's needed in the current market.
Our model has 4 key elements. The unit and pots are made robust and light using the plastic polycarbonate and are fully recyclable. The feeder bot is composed of mild steel and plastic, is battery-based, and communicates via Bluetooth. The mobile application stores the activities of the plant in an organized database, interconnects the entire system, and sends notifications to the user. The fluorescent lights are ideal for healthy plants as they utilize a blend of phosphors to deliver a proper balance of red, white, and blue lights. The dimensions of our model will evolve as Resilient Roots introduces newer models. Our product features exemplary proportions that are structured to suit an average urban household. It also has an ideal weight of only 11 kilograms. The unit has a superlative display and incorporates artificial intelligence to give a futuristic appearance. It is elegantly designed to be minimalistic yet prolific. The product benefits are as follows. The plants have a faster growth period and yield fruits in a much shorter time frame. It is automated and thus require minimal physical effort on your behalf. It replaces the human alternative while being cost efficient, making it unique to the current market. In addition, it provides support to people coping with mental health issues.
For packaging and transportation, we plan to outsource the work to a local company to support the agenda of being vocal for local and obtain raw materials like soil, seeds, and supplements from said sources. We also aim to be sustainable and plan to use corrugated boxes which are biodegradable. We would ensure to use PUC certified vehicles to limit the negative impact on our environment. The personnel allotment is done as per objectives. The team falls into 3 categories under the CEO, managed by the CMO, CPO, and COO. The financial, the HR, and the infrastructure executives are subordinate to the CEO as well. The business model can be divided into the primary and secondary revenue streams. The primary revenue system comprises of sales of devices, which are the feeder bot, plant holders, first lot of seeds, cocoa peat soil, and organic supplements designed by Resilient Roots. The secondary revenue stream is composed of seeds, organic supplements, and cocoa peat soil. This is a cardinal outline of the projected financial model of our company. The selling price of a model is 22,000 rupees, with the cost price being 18,000 rupees. We plan to employ marketing strategies to improve the sales of our company. Digital marketing would help us to target the right customers. It creates a sales funnel, obtains better conversion rates, and engages the customer at each and every buying stage. Seasonal marketing strategy boosts product sales and revenue at certain times of the year and capitalizes appropriate events and increases brand awareness. The biggest advantage of trade show marketing is that it creates lasting impressions and facilitates real-time sales. Knowing our competitors before stepping into the game is an important part that our company has taken seriously. The first company on our list is FarmBot. While analyzing this product, we understood that the product has many special requirements. The second product is Turtle, which when observed was found incapable of removing logo weeds and is bound to only one task. The last competitor on our list is Aerogrow, which was found to be very expensive and is not self-sufficient. These are the images of the three products. And this is the current layout of our competitive market. At Resilient Roots, by using our next generation data architecture, we wish to help tackle the menacing issues of our lifetimes. We will thrive and stand out because of our market knowledge and the collaborative effort put behind our product. Our company has successfully designed an efficient and automated model which compensates for the absence of the owner of the plants. The model ensures the flourishment of a wide selection of plants to yield a veritable and diverse produce. This is the first step towards a revolutionary tomorrow. As said by Winston Churchill, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. This is the team behind realizing this idea. Thank you.
Well, Shri, Sathya, Sai, Vidya, Vihar, Indore, very, very well done. Wonderful looking presentation there. Extremely jealous of those slides that you put up. I will now leave it to the judges to ask you their questions. Sirs, over to you.
Good, wonderful concept and wonderful presentation. Okay, very nice. Few questions. You talk about basically two main products. One is the feeder bot, the other are the plant holders. Okay, and then of course then there are the supplements and the seeds and various other sources of revenue. Your pricing of the feeder bot I found was somewhere close to 1.5 lakhs. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Sandali, could you please go back to our financial model? Yes.
No, this doesn't give the unit price.
Sandali,
that's what I was trying to find out. You know, in year 3, you're talking about no.
So this is the slide which analyzes the cost price of our feeder bot along with the weight of each and every component.
Your cost of the feeder bot is 13,500. There was one slide in which I saw 1 lakh something.
So that must have been our revenue model.
Uh-huh.
So that must have been a part of our revenue model.
Yeah. Can I just take a look at that slide? Yeah. No. Yeah, this one, the next one. Where you said that it is expensive, 2,45,000.
Yeah, fully.
Well, what is this?
So this is actually, we were looking at the other competitors we have in the market, and this is the price of one of our competitors known as FarmBot. And it is of 2,45,841 rupees for a very small size.
Okay, compared to the 2,45,000 product, you are coming up with a product which is going to cost 13,500.
Yes, sir. Our bot is 13,500, but including all the other things, it comes down to 21,000. I mean, we manufacture everything for 18,000, but including the profit, we sell it for 21,000.
Yeah, even if it is 50,000, let us say, you know, we're talking about a price which is 20% of what they are charging. You know, I mean, so is it a like-to-like comparison? I mean, are you providing all the facilities which they are providing?
So this product is based for big farms. Ours is based for a product that you can use at home as well. But the problem with this product is that it is very small for the size and it is very expensive according to that.
But does size matter here, or is it the output that counts?
Sir, our product is in many ways better than the FarmBot. Our product is not limited to one area. It does not have any special requirements, and it can be set up in any average urban household. The FarmBot is meant for houses with a large backyard or on commercial farms which are not as big, and therefore the FarmBot can be used. But our product is meant for the urban market, and therefore it is a fair comparison.
And you have actually made the prototype, have you?
So we indeed did make the prototype, and this was made about 2 years back for a completely different project. It was a similar prototype, and that gives us the confidence to say that, yes, we are sure we will be able to come up with a product which will be feasible and acceptable to the current market.
Okay, and what is your intention? What is the intention of this team? After this particular event, are you going to pursue giving this idea a shape and and finally a product coming out, or how's it?
So after investing a lot of time and a significant amount of time and effort in developing and realizing this idea, we definitely plan to continue ahead with it. We believe that our company has the potential to go all the way, and we genuinely care about this agenda and plan to work actively towards realizing this and creating a change even after this competition.
If those are all the questions, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to the judges and the team. Very, very well presented. Wonderful idea. Kashvi, in case this gets picked up from here and you get funding, you remember, right? We take a commission.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the team from Shri Sathya Vidya Vihar from Indore. It is now time to move on to our last and final team of the day, the Welham Boys School from Dehradun. The team from Welham Boys, if you could please switch on your cameras, would request.
Yes, sir.
So I can see Parth, I can see Srijit, and there's Arnav. Well, 3 of you in the team, right? Could we test you?
We had one more member. He's actually down with a minor cold. So please excuse his absence if you can.
No worries. I hope he recovers fully soon.
Yeah, we hope to, sir. Yeah.
Who would be sharing your screen?
Yes, sir, Parth.
Yeah, could you just test that out?
One second, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Parth, we can see your screen. Please let me know when you're ready to start.
Sure, sir.
We are ready, sir. May I start?
All right. So all the best, Welham Boys. If you're ready, your time for 7 minutes starts now.
Good evening, esteemed judges, coordinators, and participating students. Today, Welham Boys School will present a comprehensive plan on a fresh business prospect that we have termed the fiber cycle. It is a simple yet pragmatic idea that we feel will make a long-lasting impact in the problematic area that we have chosen. Moving forward, here is a quick index for your reference. Before proceeding to the content, let me introduce the team to you. We have Rudraksh Mehta, Shrijit Banerjee, Parth Tiwari, and myself as the Chief Executive, Operating, Financial, and Marketing Officers, respectively. Going systemically, let us first introduce you to the problem at hand, waste generation. As Annie Leonard rightly said, there is no such thing as away. When we throw something away, it must go somewhere. Today, a worldwide health emergency has resulted in uncountable casualties and depleted most of our resources. The pandemic has made us realize that if we keep neglecting nature and ignoring climate change, the environment will retaliate and we will not be prepared for its consequences. This is why our team has chosen to address the problem of waste generation, something which plagues all developed nations equally and needs immediate resolution. Before addressing the product itself, let me first introduce you to our location. We have decided to address the problem of waste generation by initially selling our product in the prime country, that is Taiwan. And we have chosen Taiwan as our prime country because of these following reasons. Firstly, its geographical stands out predominantly because of its proximity with the Asian top dogs. And moreover, it offers day-to-day effective transportation, be it on land or water. The Taiwanese supply chain is one of the most diversified, where we can find any number of high-quality component suppliers to provide us with necessities. It has a welcoming legal environment where foreign investment is highly encouraged and outside businesses prosper, and overall we witness a good quality of life with low crime rates. This would factor in the security, thus making Taiwan the perfect start point. And finally, the solution. The solution that we as a team propose is a fresh product in the form of upcycled cotton and linen hoodies. Designed with the purpose of comfort, the fiber cycle half-sleeved hoodie is lightweight, loose-fitted, and sweat-absorbent, which also forms a hippie impression on the wearer, fabricated to appeal to the Taiwanese people. In the next slide, you will find a sample prototype that we will be trading in. Thank you, Parth. Now for the description. Over the years, as a result of prioritizing profit maximization over sustainability,
There is approximately 13 million tons of waste generated annually just by the textile industry. Thus, to battle this global problem, we have come up with a sustainable product, which is a hoodie made by pre-consumer and post-consumer textile waste, especially cotton, specifically cotton and linen. Now, why cotton and linen and why a hoodie must be the questions and doubts popping up in your minds. But this is simply out of our bid for a practical, implementable product rather than just a theoretical idea. So we've chosen a hoodie, which is a very trendy and fashionable product, as also the youth of Taiwan follows the European and American trend. Moreover, linen and cotton are regarded as the best clothing materials for climatic conditions of countries like Taiwan, which is 22 to 25 degrees Celsius over the year. Now comes up the placing of our product. There is almost nil production of cotton and linen, the materials that we will be using in Taiwan. Thus, we will set up a production plant in Mumbai. Firstly, because it is regarded as the Cottonopolis of India, and secondly, because of its proximity to the ports. Furthermore, since we intend to sell our product at an affordable rate to the youth of Taiwan, we plan to deliver our product to Taiwan from Mumbai via water transport, the cheapest alternative to deliver non-perishable goods, and also keeping in mind the geographical location. Next, we have the distribution channels. We plan to use an indirect distribution channel, which is e-commerce. Taiwan has the highest proportion of e-commerce shoppers, and even in 2019, it stood at 65.2% in Asia. Thus, we intend to list up on the following e-commerce platforms: Shopee, which is the leading e-commerce platform of Taiwan, and secondly, Momo Shop, the leading apparel e-commerce website of Taiwan. Thank you. Over to Shri.
Thank you, Arnav. Originally priced at rupees 1500, we make a profit of rupees 195 per unit and aim to sell 650 hoodies in the first month and compound the sales by 10% till 6 months, which amounts to 5,015 units, which is sufficient to break even. We managed to garner investment worth rupees 9,77,975 rupees with an estimated return on investment at 4.17%. It is important to have certain goals in mind and work accordingly to attain these short-term and long-term benefits. Our short-term goals consist of maintaining a steady augment in ROI rates by at least 0.3% a month per year. Also, variegating retail partnerships in Tapai, which is the capital of Taiwan. Now, moving on to our long-term goals, which includes laying emphasis on product diversification, enhancing our means of promotion, diversifying our distribution channels, and setting up warehouses in Tapai. To further explain our location of Taiwan and its targeted demographics, we have divided the target market section into two parts: socioeconomic and psychographic. The socioeconomic problem we face is that with high house pricing and low wage growth for young adults, the youth face an acute shortage of spending power. To counter this predicament, our product has been priced at a rate affordable to the target market, which is possible due to cheap procurement of raw material. Psychographically, with rising environmental consciousness, the youth of Taiwan prefers to wear clothes which are eco-friendly. Furthermore, they prioritize the intrinsic cues over the extrinsic cues. The potential to market and advertise through social media platforms in Taiwan is enormous and untapped. While social media was used across all age groups in Taiwan, the post-millennial generation, aged 15 to 39 years, were particularly prolific users, and coincidentally, it encompasses our target market. The promotional strategies employed are the use of digital signs. They are widely popular in the posh regions of Tapai, making it a cheaper alternative for billboards. Transit bus wraps, transit subways, and taxi ads are inexpensive and ideal for a short-term ad campaign, and have the caliber to make a product visually omnipresent due to the prevalent use of public transportation. Finally, our enlistment on the e-commerce website is a source of promotion itself, as it displays a product to a large customer base. Now I'll hand over the mic to Parth.
Well, optimizing ourselves with this technology and machinery will not only help us reduce our dependency on the labor market forces, but also it will give us an edge over our competitors in terms of the production and finishing of our units. Moreover, there are some technologies which we are implementing, which we are planning to implement in our production line. Furthermore, well, digital marketing is an important aspect of branding our product, and as a business conglomerate, we are considering two main columns for branding ourselves. Firstly, digital marketing.
I'm really sorry to interject, but that's 7 minutes. Would you choose to continue?
So we'll just take a little time. It'll be just at the end, sir, if you
Go
could
for
allow.
it, but there would be a penalty.
Okay, sir. We're extremely sorry for it.
No worries.
Yeah. So there are two ways through which we are planning. So one is social media marketing and one is e-commerce marketing. As we have listed below that, so e-commerce we will be doing through, listing ourselves in Shopee and Momo Shop. So furthermore, there's a comparison of our competitors. So there are there are two main things in which we have overbeat the competitors. So the first thing is that sustainability. As we know that our product is made up of 100% upcycled material, then it is decomposable. But whereas our competitors, their product is made up of usually rayon and nylon. So which after using it, if a consumer throws it, then it makes it not a decomposable. Furthermore, our pricing, we provide a hoodie with same texture, same quality, and much more comfort at a much lower price than our competitors. Moving on further, the measurement of success. So we believe that if we are able to give a shareholder, a heavy interest on their money, then we are able to, gain their trust. And initially, we'll plan to expand our business through, start a series of funding. Moreover, we believe that consumer satisfaction is topmost priority to thrive in this business. Now we will be looking forward for a question and answer session. And thank you for lending your ears.
Guys, wonderful presentation, but you were over time by almost 45 seconds, so you would lose about 4 points. But I'm sure with a wonderful presentation, you would more than make up for it. Let's hear what the judges have to say. Sirs, over to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for that presentation. One question which I have is that, you've chosen Taiwan and you've given a lot of justification why Taiwan would be the ideal market. I'm sure there would be other markets who would be meeting the same criteria as what Taiwan does. Maybe you're more comfortable with marketing to Taiwan with your current products. That's why you're thinking in terms of Taiwan. But the question which I had was that, are you planning to brand your product, or are you going to sell it as a generic product to importers in Taiwan who will then brand it and sell it as their product? What's your marketing plan?
Okay, so if I may, so we are planning to brand it, sir. So the term we've come up with is fiber cycle. And as per the market, sir, we chose Taiwan mainly because of the fashion interest that that people generally have there, the youth population. They're really fascinated by the European and American style. And and also they don't look at brand. They don't, as I said before, that they focus on the intrinsic values, which are the colors and the durability and other fabric, other materials, other factors related to that. And so that is why, and also the spending power of the youth there is less just because of the high housing rates and low income growth. So that's why we thought that it was a suitable market for us to exploit. Also, it's a hidden gem for country, and many people don't recognize its potential. That's why we've chosen it, sir.
Okay, because the reason I asked you about branding was this, that, branding is a fairly expensive proposition for any company. Okay, why do you brand? You brand to make your product distinctive from others, so that when people go to buy a product, they just don't ask for a hoodie. They say that, I want this particular brand of hoodie, So there's a specific product which they have. Now, in order to bring the customer up to that mindset of specifying which brand of hoodie he wants, it requires a lot of investment in terms of trying to bring out a brand image, which you have to develop over the years. Okay, that's why my counter question was that, why not sell it to local importers who would brand it themselves as XYZ or whatever it is. Maybe you make slightly less, but you have multiple importers buying your products, and you can make it up through volumes.
So
Okay, sir.
so just a second. So I'll tell you. So as we mentioned in the marketing plan, so we are tying up with the local retailers over there in the Indian concentrated markets. So branding is kind of a long-term aim for us. If you make a good amount of investment by selling it through the e-commerce websites and tying up with the local retailers, then we will be, starting up it as a brand. So first, we also mentioned it. If Path could, present the slide, we have mentioned that we're selling through the e-commerce sites and tying up with the local retailers over there in the Indian concentrated markets. So, because
Rudra's Indian concentrated areas would mean what? People of Indian origin or NRIs or travelers staying in that particular area.
That too, sir. But there are Indian concentrated markets, there are many of Indian sellers over there in the markets.
Indian souvenir shops, if you want a specification.
So we researched that in Taipei, there are many Indian concentrated markets. So we wanted to start from there.
And also, sir, not only their clothing, not only the clothing souvenir shops, but the non-clothing retailers, so that we create a standout factor in their, shops. And also, so our term fiber cycle, if you break it down, it's fiber, recyclable fiber. So it's not only the brand, actually there's a sentimental value that comes along with it, that is like attached to it. So that sustainability of the product, it adds value to it. And that's what I think is integral to a brand, not only, just having a catchy name, but having a deeper meaning and a purpose. So, yes, sir. So I think if we want to brand it, so it's a long-term goal, but we can start it by exploiting the Indian concentrated markets first, and then depending on our growth, we'll diversify and give ourselves a brand name.
And so we didn't want to go with branding first, is also because the youth of Taiwan is very socially aware, and they are into this. They are into buying recycled material. That's the thing.
With the same raw materials, are you planning any other products? I mean, like besides hoodies, are you planning to make anything else?
So, so there's one. If I can, Spot, do you want to go first?
Yep, sure. So the thing is that as if we will establish ourselves in making hoodies, and if we have a good name, then we will obviously go on for making other clothing products such as masks or handkerchiefs, and even we can go for making lowers and shorts. And as in it depends on how well our business progresses. And the advantage is that as in if our business grows in an exponential scale, then we can obviously plan to open some shops from which you can buy an already consumed product. Then we can again cycle it to make some smaller products like masks and all that. So yeah, sir. So therefore we have future plans, and if we do well in Taiwan, and if we do well in marketing our hoodies, making our hoodies, and exporting our hoodies to Taiwan, then we will surely love to expand our business there. And
so
if I can
add to him, so there's one more thing we haven't mentioned in the slide, but I like to say it now. Our upcycled material, it goes through a tensile test, a durability test. So if it doesn't pass the certain amount of durability for a hoodie, then we convert it into a inferior good. But that's sort of a long-term goal for us. So we'll start by using hoodies, and as Parth mentioned, that if our sales and if we grow exponentially, then we'll surely adopt that model where we introduce and diversify our products.
Have you looked at the domestic market?
So one more thing. So cotton and linen is not available in Taiwan. So it's not grown in Taiwan. It's imported, but it's not so greatly important. So that's why we think that they would prefer it more, as we would have more competition here compared to Taiwan.
Yeah, no, I thought, the advantage was that, both cotton and linen, when they breathe. Okay.
Yeah.
So in tropical climates, if you wear clothes made out of material which breathe, there's an advantage. So, instead of looking, maybe, yes, you can look at Taiwan as one of the markets which might give you a better return. But, when you're talking in terms of products which don't meet that tensile strength test which you're talking about, you could think in terms of what secondary market, which is domestic.
Yeah, so we could surely exploit that. So it's surely an option, and we aim, we have that as a short-term or a long-term goal, sir.
Okay, Pranjal.
I'm through.
Okay.
Very well done, guys. Parth, I sympathize with you. I've been in this situation where my teammates are just rolling answers off their tongue, and I don't know which slide to stop on. So you keep on cycling up and down through the slides. Also, Rudraksh, good to see you here. We hope you're feeling better.
Yes, I am.
But
So thank you
admire the
so much.
passion.
Thank you so much. I mean, all the suggestions that you've given, we could, actually put them in and diversify.
And progress further, sir. Thank you for all the suggestions. We plan to take this forward.
Wonderful. Thank you, team. So, ladies and gentlemen, those were the 5 teams. We had Believers Church Residential School, we had Edify School, we had Maharana Mewar Public School, Shri Sathya Vidya Vihar, and finally Welham Boys School. You've seen some wonderful ideas, and while the judges are putting in the scores, this is where you get to have your say. You right now on your screens have the poll for Believers Church Residential School. You've seen them present, you've heard them express their thoughts. This is when you vote for them. You will have 60 seconds to vote for the school. So you can rate the teams out of 20. You can rate them as 5, 10, 15, or 20. The total 120 marks aggregate score that a school gets is 100 marks from the judges and 20 marks from you, the audience. Remember, you have 60 seconds to cast your vote, after which I will move on to the votes for the next team. So I would suggest you use this time judiciously and place your votes now. We are about 41, 42 seconds in.
Hand over, sir. হ্যাঁ বলো আমি মানে কপিতে লিখে লিখে গেছিলাম আমি স্কোরিং করছিলাম
Mr. Korwar, if you don't mind, could you
I know that I might forget কি বলে বলেছিল, so I was doing that.
Mr. Korwar, would you mind if we put you on mute for now?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not realize that I was.
No worries. So that's the time for Believers Church Residential School. Up next on your screens, this is the polling for Edify School Amravati. Please do place your vote. You have 60 seconds to vote for the school. Again, the same rules apply. You're scoring the team out of 20. You can give them 5, 10, 15, or 20, depending on how you like their product, their thoughts. We are about 40 seconds in. 67% of people have voted. The rest, there's no reason why you should not vote. Have your say. Just about 10 seconds left. And that's time. Well, I have the votes for Edify School. Up next on your screen is Maharana Mewar Public School, with their ideas of converting temple refuse or refuse from religious places into wonderful articles. You have 60 minutes to cast your vote. We are about halfway in, and 61% of people have already put in their votes. The other 40% do not hold back. Past the 45 seconds mark. And that's time. Well, up next on your screen, see Sathya Vidya Vihar from Indore. With their feeder bot, they want to put automation into your gardening. If you're somebody like me who likes plants but is too lazy to garden, I think that's a great product. Well, about 20 seconds in and 75% of people have voted. About 20 seconds to go. Just about 15% people left to vote. And that's time. And finally, the team which is about to sell hoodies in Taiwan, Welham Boys School. Your polls are up on the screen. People get voting. Back in the 60s and 70s, when the whole hippie movement was happening in the US particularly, I think we in Asia had a lot of countries which were just kind of finding their legs. And therefore, we kind of missed out on the hippie movement. Very interesting thought that letting Taiwan become the new hippie movement center with their very, very stylish hoodies. We are about halfway on the time, and about 60% of people have voted. A quick check with the judges. Sir, are the scores already in the score sheet?
Yes, Gwen.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And that's time. Well, I now have the polling results for all the 5 teams. I have the judges' scores for all the 5 teams. This is when I invite the judges to quickly let the teams know what you thought. In general, your advice if these young people are going to embark on a journey of entrepreneurship. Mr. Kunwar, if you would like to go first.
Yeah. So BCRS, good idea, but you need to do a little bit of ground reality check, understand. Though I know you have presented your research, but I feel that you also need to connect with. You need to take into consideration the entire spectrum of your customer base and understand their needs, and actually, you need to focus a little bit more on the delivery model. How would it be? Would it be through a app, or how would you onboard people, and how would your customers access your service? That is one. And second is that you need to spend considerable amount of time in your revenue model. However, that said, I would still want all of you, irrespective of the schools that you represent, to definitely give it a shot beyond this contest. Irrespective of whether you win or you don't, it doesn't matter. But do give it a shot to the ideas that you have developed. Do not just leave it. Just don't let it live in your laptops after this contest, and be there forever. Try to give it some life and see how it goes forward. You might be able to make a career out of it. If not, there will be immense amount of learning which will help you all throughout your life. That's about BCRS. EDF, good idea. I really like, from a out of the box perspective, it was really refreshing to come across an idea wherein a bunch of youngsters have thought of creating something which is a requirement, and while there are many various similar products, but using commonly available discarded electronic waste to create a filter was fairly innovative, but I'm not sure whether it is practical when you try to make it. I have given you individual feedback around that. Devashish has also given his, would want you to work upon that. But definitely give it a shot. You are halfway through because you did show us some prototype work that you are doing. Take it forward, give it life, make it happen, do an MPV, and then decide how you want to take it forward thereafter.
Definitely, sir.
MMPS, floral products out of floral waste. Yes, we have all seen many other companies doing that, but yours was again refreshing because you were not only talking about flowers while everyone else is working around flowers. You've talked about coconut waste to various other things that are there, and trying to create something more holistic and taking care of the larger problem, not just one part of the problem. I would give you the same suggestion. Please try it out, and also give it a thought to the inputs that I've given, wherein designing the product and product creation is an important aspect of what you're trying to do, which you have not covered here. Please consider that, give it a thought, and that would need considerable amount of your time and energy and connecting with people to put that piece in place. SSSVV, I really like the idea. I have seen a couple of products in Indiegogo and Kickstarter, but they were very expensive. I did want to, a couple of years back, I did want to buy one similar product, but they were, but it was extremely expensive, so I did not venture into it. Yeah, if you guys make it, please do drop me a mail. I might want to be one of your first customers to try it out. Coming to WPS, yeah, good idea, but I still am, not sure why Taiwan, despite the fact that we had both Devashish and we had asked you questions around that, but somehow my thought here is that you at least need to do your MVP in a geography wherein you have control. India itself is a huge market. I'm not sure why you are trying to do it in Taiwan. I think that looking into the kind of population that we have and the population that is divided into different economic strata in the society, I think there is a sizable amount of market here itself, and you can build a brand here and take it, make it global subsequently, and that's how most companies do. But I'm sure you must have your own rationale and you believe in it. So let that be let that be your reality and your truth. But do consider the suggestion that the judges has given you. All the best to all of you for your future endeavors. And I would like to actually see all of you at least giving your ideas a shot to taking it to some customers and deriving learnings from that experience, irrespective of the fact that whether you want to create a business out of it or not. That would be all from my side. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure connecting with all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Gupta, if I may invite you, please.
Yeah, I think Mr. Pranjal Kanwar has done a wonderful job of summing up the entire presentations. Okay, I don't really have too much more to add. Only thing I wanted to add was that it was quite gratifying to see the schools come up with such novel ideas, because having attended a few of the earlier presentations, one sort of got the impression that maybe the ideas were sort of straitjacketed into projects which were more common. But over here we've seen some unusual projects coming up, and I was happy with the wide variety of ideas which came forward, and with the involvement of such a large number of students. I hope something comes out of it, and all of you go ahead, believe in the project that you all have developed so far. And if you do believe in it, then I'm sure you'll try and see it to the fruitful culmination. Okay. And I wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for those words of encouragement. Well, I know the students are eagerly waiting for the scores. Before we get onto the scores, a little bit about Notebook. As I told you earlier, we create content that makes the lives of students and teachers easier. The way we do that is by using hand-on illustrations, quick graphics, and great ways of remembering the things that you are studying. I will play a short show reel now to tell you what is the Notebook content all about.
नमस्ते बच्चों, नोटबुक में आपका स्वागत है। इस नए वीडियो को आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करते हुए हमें बेहद खुशी हो रही है। हमारा उद्देश्य है परंपरागत शिक्षा को आधुनिक तरीके से पेश करना, ताकि हमारी ये नई पीढ़ी या आप सभी कहीं भी कभी भी इसे आसानी से पढ़ सकें।
Hello students, today we are going to study the story Madam Rides the Bus, written by Welham. The king, Louis XVI, had come to power in 1774 at only 20 years of age. The king helped the 13 American colonies gain independence from Britain.
Curly brown hair turning permanently black. If you memorize this line, it will help you remember the ratios all your life. How? Let's see. Some people have is a way of remembering sine is equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. Provides energy for everything you do throughout the day. Next is the nucleus, the brain of the cell. This is where all the secrets are stored. Why do you think you have black eyes as your parents? Aha! Thank the nucleus.
Whoa! What is this? We are gonna drown.
Don't worry, you're not going to drown. This is the cytoplasm.
Sometimes, a fully grown individual, such as Hydra or Planaria or starfish, can give rise to a complete individual from its body parts. Isn't this interesting?
नोटबुक में आप सभी का पुनः स्वागत है।
Well, and to tell you a little bit more and also to give his feedback to these young entrepreneurs, let me call upon the entrepreneur who started Notebook, Achin Bhattacharya. Achin is the founder and CEO at Notebook. A chartered accountant by training, Achin has worked in India and abroad in various senior capacities across multiple large consulting companies. Well, Achin, you've seen 5 wonderful presentations today. Over to you for your feedback.
I think really wonderful. And to all our young friends, from all the 5 schools, Welham Boys School, Maharana Mewar Public School, Edify School, Believers Church Residential School, and Shri Vihar, Shri Vidya Vihar. I think really wonderful. Some great innovative thoughts, very confident articulation. And I also saw a lot of passion, which to me is very, very important. I remember a quote by Walt Disney, which is very appropriate, that all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. And today, so when I was seeing this session, our young friends, I'm very confident that I see that courage to dream big, fresh blue sky thinking. And I'm also confident, I'm also very sure that there's a lot of, sense of purpose, because to me that is very, very important, not to lose your values and sense of purpose during trying times. So I think really wonderful presentation. Also, I would like to thank our esteemed judges, Mr. Devashish Gupta and Mr. Pranjal Konwan, for mentoring our young learners. Some great thought-provoking questions. And in each and every area, be it in terms of product creation, be it in terms of marketability, I was listening to the questions as well. So I think to all the students in this forum, I think this is a great opportunity for all of you. And every question that comes in each time, our esteemed judges are coming back to you either with a question or an observation, trust me, there's huge amount of value in it in terms of advice, trying to guide you. So there's a motive to guide you in each and every question. So that is very, very important. Because at times, it's just that one good tip, it's just that one good idea that makes all the difference between success and failure. But I'm very sure, and irrespective of scores, irrespective of you're standing in the leaderboard, those are one aspect. But to me, each one of you today go back as winners for having shown the courage and determination to come forward and present your ideas in front of the forum. So I think that is really wonderful. A very, very structured thought process. I also thank the esteemed principals for supporting our endeavor. And of course, I'm sure our young friends here have made their teachers and parents very proud with their wonderful performances. We look forward to the scores, Shubayu. But then again, to all our friends, irrespective of the scores, again, that's only one part that only reflects your performance as on today. I think our judges also made a very, very relevant and pertinent observation that your ideas should not be confined to your laptop alone. So I would request and urge each one of you in future, that wonderful ideas that we are seeing here should really come to life. That will be the actual success of this event. If you can see that you dare to dream big, if you see that you dare to take the plunge and pursue your dreams. That's wonderful. Over to you, Shubhai.
Thank you so much, Achin. Well, this is what everybody has been eagerly waiting for, the scores. Well, the Believers Church Residential School, you had 48 from the judges and 10 from the audience. Edify School Amravati, you had 56 from the judges and 12 from the audience. Maharana Mewar Public School, you had 63 from the judges and 11 from the audience. Shri Sathya Sai Vidya Vihar, Indore, you had 73 from the judges, the highest in today's session, and 16 from the audience, which is also the highest in today's session. Welham Boys School, Dehradun, you had 67 from the judges, the second highest from the judges, and 9 from the audience. The totals are here. Believers Church finished at 58, Edify 68, Maharana Mewar Public School 73, Shri Sathya Sai Vidya Vihar 89, Welham Boys School, unfortunately we had to dock you 4 points for going over time for 40 seconds. You finish at 72. Let's see where these points take you to on the leaderboard. It's a very, very close fight that is going on over at the leaderboard, but I'm sure you guys have placed yourselves well. My best wishes to you for taking these ideas forward. And thank you so much for being part of Notebook Ignite. As for me, ladies and gentlemen, I shall take your leave now. I will see you again at 6 p.m. today, India time, where we'll have another set of wonderful schools putting forth their ideas. Until then, please take care and goodbye.